What is going on, guys? It's your boy Cecil here, bringing guys an Illustrator tutorial here today, bringing guys a video how to create your own mascot logo design. So recently I've taken interest to sort of like figuring out a different technique on how to create mascot logo designs, as there's millions and millions out there, I'm sure. And if you're a mascot designer, then I'm sure you also have your own current style to it. So I usually always, I think the past two videos I've had were like symmetrical designs and, you know, pretty much how to sketch and stuff like that. So of course, today's video I'm going to teach you guys how to sketch and pretty much illustrate your mascot designs in like 3 simple, easy shapes. And I believe this way of processing it, or like understanding, or like sort of introducing you to mascot design, mascot logo designs, if you choose to, you know, kind of forge yourself into that, you know, kind of category of design, it's really, really crucial for you to really figure out all these different techniques, because it'll really help you like settle with your style. So I'm gonna teach you guys that today. So of course I'm gonna start off with a sketch, and I'll throw the sketch into Illustrator, and then we'll really quickly illustrate it. And yeah, it's gonna be really fun, very simple. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and let's get this freaking thing going. So of course, 2 likes on the video equals a secret down below, which I'm not sure it's gonna be yet, but maybe, I don't know, I'll figure it out when it's time. So hopefully you guys do enjoy, and of course if you guys want more Illustrator tutorials, please just let me know, leave a like on the video and all that cool stuff. And yeah, let's just get this thing going. Alright guys, so pretty much I'm gonna start off with this sketch, right? So I have a lion like roaring on my screen right now. I do also have this pre-sketched out, so you guys can just like sort of relax and understand where the, I guess, the direction is going. But I really want to show you guys really quickly what I'm looking for when I actually sketch out my mascot design. So if we were to look at this, let's say this one entire shape right here was like number 1, and then the next shape would be number 2, and then our next shape on the outside would actually be number 3 when it comes to how many shapes are there to kind of create your base to like creating the actual mascot design. So right here, I'm looking at a picture, and I'm just going to basically make sure, I believe the most crucial thing about this, if you're trying to use this sort of technique, or even like trying to figure out how to do a mascot logo design, try to make your, I guess, your number 3, or excuse me, your number 1 shape is I guess direct as possible, to make sure that it's the animal that you choose. So for me, I think starting off with the actual hair on the outside is probably like the easiest way for me to actually say that, or to do that for like the whole lion thing. Now if I wanted to, I probably could have like went a little further out or whatever, put more kind of like these little stroke pins or whatever you want to call them. So just gonna go ahead and just like sort of sketch this out. Now I already know, like I said, I already have it planned out, sketched already, but pretty much I want to show you guys what I mean by sketching out a shape that kind of like makes sure that you kind of have this, like, how do you say, this animal shaped out the way that you believe the animal looks on the outside. Like if you were just thinking of a shadow for a shape for an animal, that's pretty much what you're doing here. And we're just gonna go ahead and move that up like this. We'll move this like so. Let's just make that go all the way that way for now. And then I'm moving my paper a lot, I know, but I just want to show you guys. So this like black outline stroke, this will be one entire thing that's filled in. So this, just imagine this as if it was filled in all the way. So if you can imagine that, you just know that this is going to be that black part that's on the outside. Number 2 right here will be whatever that primary color that you choose to use. So this is probably going to be the primary color, but for me, I just want to pretty much make sure guys, also use negative space. In my pre-sketch, you can see this little triangle here, and if you see my picture that I have above, or wherever I have it in like the video, you'll see it somewhere. You see this little triangle here? I'm going to use this as like a negative space sort of. So in my example, I can probably have, right, or excuse me, in my sketch, I'll have this like something like this, like over here, then going up this way, and I'm gonna pretty much trace this what I have over here again. So I'm making sure I keep these little spiky things going on here, because that's kind of illustrate, or I guess I would say you're pretty much matching that. It's pretty much hair, right? So this is what I want to make sure I do. This little part will be his little ear. It can be smaller, it can be messed around with. We're just gonna keep on going with it though. Go ahead and do something like this, something like that. And let's just say we do something like this time. I don't know. We'll figure that out when the time comes. But there we go, right? So I basically did my little side, like my little sketch on the inside. So like I said, guys, make sure you guys understand that the best and most like focused shape you should be focused on would be number 1, right? The one that's on the back, and then pretty much it's gonna completely either make or break what you want to have. So for me, I also usually do mascot designs. When I sketch them out, I always do this like symmetrical thing where I have like the eye going, the hair going or whatever, and then like the nose or whatever is going on. I usually have that symmetrical, but symmetrical logos are not, like, I want to stop doing those. I want to try to branch myself out and like learn more. And like I said, I found this like really cool little technique. I've seen people do it. I'm like, you know what, like, why not give it a try? So pretty much what you do on the inside for that one, like, number 2 shape here, is you just want to figure out, like, negative space. Like, this right here is going to be his mouth area, this is where his teeth will be and stuff like that. This is where his nose can be. If you even want to, we can even put, like, a little triangle here as well, to be like, that's where the nose is going to go. But this little negative space here is the nose, this little space here is for the mouth and teeth. And so you just want to make sure you have that back shape, and it really, like, generalizes the actual animal that you choose, right? And then as for the eye, I'm going to go ahead and just say the generic sort of like circle shape. Well, I'm sure you have to do this in Illustrator as well, but go something like this. I'll do something like that for now. We'll just say that's the eye. You can work with it for now. Let's just let it go. That's the eye for now. But basically, I want to let you guys know that it is almost this easy, right? You're going to say to yourself, well, you had a pre-sketch. Like, what did you do before that? I looked at the picture and I pretty much did exactly the same thing. I didn't take much time on the pre-sketch at all. I just wanted to make sure that I have a certain direction and also that you can see what I was talking about before I even finished it. So that right here, just really quickly, like, review it. This number 1 would be that one back shape that's going to be solid color, and it's going to be like your one base color shape that's going to be on the outside, right? And the number 3, like I said, by the way, is basically that stroke is going to be on the outside. Like, so there's going to be a stroke on the outside. Will look something like this, right? Something like that. All right, let's just say this is the stroke, and this stroke is that number 3 shape. So this stroke all the way around is that number 3 shape. That'll be that nice little gradient color, whatever the color you choose to be on the outside. And then number 2 here is that one shape, like I said, that kind of defines, the animal as well on the inside. So you don't want to have to fill the entire thing. Like, usually I would say to myself, all right, I have to make sure I gotta go outside here, over here, like trace it all the way around. But if you just kind of focus on just the main parts, I guess, to the actual mascot design itself, then you're pretty much in there. So hopefully that makes you, like, it helps you understand just as much. Like, I'm looking at the picture right now as well. I could probably, like, make this go out like this way more, but it's all just like, the sketch is not always going to be what your outcome is going to be, obviously. Like, I'm a prime example of that. So this sketch is probably going to change out. I'm probably going to make this, like, I'm going to actually put these in here, make those arrows come out more this way. I want this to come out more that way. I want to actually, of course, fix this. Of course, fix my eye. I'm probably going to make it smaller as well, probably smaller and push it up. So use arrows, use your sketch. However, just know that your sketch is not going to illustrate what your product is probably going to be. It's going to give you a generalized idea, because once you put everything in Illustrator and start getting those smooth lines and sort of like what you're looking for, this will be totally easy. And I find this method just really, really cool, and this way of thinking about it just a lot easier. So hopefully I helped you guys out in, like, I guess, starting out your mascot, because you might be like, I feel like I can do this, but I just don't know where to start. Hopefully this will help you guys out. So I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of this. I'm going to email it to myself, and then I'm going to throw it into Illustrator, and then we're going to go from there. So hopefully you guys enjoy that, and yeah, I'll see you in a second. Alright guys, so I went ahead and I threw in the sketch into Illustrator. We are in Illustrator CC 2017. And so pretty much I'm just going to go ahead and start this thing off. So of course, we're going to start off with a new layer, and the first shape that we're going to be focusing on is number 1. The one that has little stripes through it, and I told you guys that was the back plate, that was like the bones of the actual mascot. The bones? Really? I couldn't think of any other word. Okay, so just a quick little rundown. Of course, I'm going to be using the pen tool in order to create our nice paths. Now, if you guys don't know, there's a fill path, right? And there is a stroke path, which is located right here. I have it turned off at the moment. To turn your stroke path off, all you have to do is stroke path off. Make sure you just click on this little red line going through where it says none. That will turn it off. And I'm going to also turn off my fill as well, just for now, because I don't need to see what's in the inside or anything like that. I just want to see what I want to see, which is just the stroke line right here, right? So I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and focus on this number 3, or excuse me, number 1 down here, up here, over here in this location. So I'm going to go ahead and start this thing off right over here, and we're just going to go ahead and just go for it. So if you guys don't know, if click and drag will just give you guys a nice little arch. So if I clicked once, right, if I just click once, it's not going to give me any sort of twists or turns or shape, like, I can't actually turn the shape or curve the shape. So what I want to do is I want to click and I'm going to drag my mouse toward, like, I guess the bottom left of my mouse pad to give myself a nice curve that will curve me more to the left hand side, but also give me that nice sort of like I guess, moon-shaped kind of curve going on, right? So if you guys don't know already, if you were to just simply click on the anchor on your pen tool, just like so, it'll create a new kind of anchor, which is basically, if I just want to show you guys really quickly, if I click over here and I try to move this over here, this would have like a curve on this side, because this extended curve, this little anchor point here, is still a secondary sort of, I guess, anchor, where it's kind of showing you guys, if I were to click over here, it would curve pretty much halfway through here as well. Right, so as you can see, so if I just click on the anchor, this will reset that, and I can just click and drag again without the unnecessary curve going on the outside or following these extended points here. So I'm going to continue now going on, and I'm just going to continue doing the same exact thing here. I want to have this there, this like, I'm sort of following my my sketch a little bit, but I'm also following what I want to do as well. Something like this, and I'm actually going to make this one go in more, because why not? And then I'll make this come like this, like that, and then like this over here. And I believe this, how is this gonna go, like that? Yeah, okay. And then we'll do this one like this. Yep. Okay, and then this here, I'm gonna bring it in like so. And also this curve right here, this is almost like a little S curve. So if you guys remember S curves, I always talk about them when I do like curves for like color correction and stuff like that. So to make an S curve, I'm gonna click, drag, correct. And if I just click right up here, this will give me a very, very simple S curve. That's exactly what I want. So if you guys did not know already, if you extended this more over here, you would get more of a curve. So let's say if my curve is like how you see it with the green line right now, I can extend that as well. So if I clicked again, right where I want to have that, I can even just hold Alt Control, click on this handle here. I call it the extended point, but it's called handle, sure. And I'm gonna click and just drag this back in toward the actual center path here, or excuse me, center anchor here, and it'll give me my curve that I want back as well. So it's very easy to make curves like that as well. So this curve right here, I'm just gonna simply, actually I'll do that with multiple, just like so. I'll move this curve like that. There we go, and then give myself those nice little teeth. Now I'm probably not gonna be doing all the whole teeth thing or anything like that, but I want to make sure you guys get the base, I guess the basic of the thing. Sure, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go ahead and just do something like this, and then we're gonna go ahead and just come up here, and I might actually start putting in some little curves in, because I don't want to just have it very just bland like that on the top. So I'm gonna go ahead and just add in my own little stuff. So I already told you guys the sketch is probably not gonna be exactly how I want it to be, but this right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just turn on my fill now and put this on a nice color. I believe I had a color before. Right here, this nice little black here. So I want to go ahead and just add myself like a nice little, you know, 2 little spikes on the top as well. Just imply hair. There we go. So right now, at this very moment, the whole point of what I was saying before is number 1, which is this first shape that we're doing, is to make sure you make this shape as memorable, or excuse me, as memorable or as accurate or as, what is the word I'm looking for? As accurate. We're just gonna go accurate as the animal that you choose. Like you can see a line in here a little bit, right? It does not look like a bunny. It doesn't look like a bear. It kind of looks like a dragon at the moment, but you get the bare bones of what the shape, or excuse me, what the animal you have with the shape. So make sure this right here, the sketch out number 1 spot, the sketch out, excuse me, number 1 shape. This is the shape, this is the path that you want to make sure is perfect and great and good, because the inside can always be messed around with. The outside, you want to make sure you have that sort of bare bone, like, base shape. So that's that first part of the sketch. So if you want to now, I can put my sketch above this black path here, excuse me, this black shape. I'm just going to lower my opacity on the sketch, and there we go. I'll lock this back up just right again. Okay. So, now, above my layer 3, which is, I'm going to call this number 1. This is the first shape. I'm going to call this shape number 1, right? I'm going to make a new layer. This is going to be shape number 2. Shape number 2. That's a $sign. Uh-oh, boom. All right, this is shape number 2. So the shape number 2, like I said, is right here, right? So all this right here is shape number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and start off right here, I guess. And we're just going to go for it. So like I said, this is like a little ear. Now, we can always go back and sort of mess around with this and sort of fix things. Like I said, this is just a sketch. This is just your first attempt. You'll have so many variations. And myself, on my logo designs, I usually take maybe like 3 days on them. Maybe a couple hours here or there on each day, just because I want to do it for like pre-mades and stuff like that. So I know it takes me a long time to get that final, perfect sort of like look that I'm looking for. Let's see what I want here. And truthfully, it's not like something that you can probably do in like 1 second. So understand that there is going to be like a learning curve, excuse me, but I swear to you, it's not as hard as it might look. And even like I'm saying this, I'm not the best myself, but I know in my heart that I'm going to get good as long as I keep trying, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just, I'm going to add another little curve in there. Why the hell not? Something like that. Or even, oh, how about this? After this curve there, do something like this. And then almost straighten this thing out. That we can just go straight into there. I don't know. We'll see. I can always mess around with this more. I'll move that around for now. If you guys did not know, like I just always hold control. If you want to move a point, anything you want to move, you can click on by holding control, just so you guys know. And I'm going to do something like this. And this is the little nose part that I was talking about. Let's just do that. And then we'll come in here just like so. Alright, and then we'll do this last two little, or excuse me, three little spikes on the top, which indicates his hair, right? And do something like so, and then connect it after this one right here. Alright, so, very simple, right? This is the shape number 2. I'm going to go ahead and just connect it now, right? So for shape number 2, I'm going to have this color here. I'm going to turn off this as well. So now shape number 2 has something like this. So, as I said before, this shape number 2 is pretty much the part where you want to get the essentials, basically, inside of his head, basically, right? I'm also going to mess around with this a little bit. I want to move this a little further down this way. Try to fill some more space. That'll do like something like that, right? I think that looks a little bit better. You know, I can mess around with that as much as I want, but I'm going to move this as well, right? I already got some things coming in my mind that I want to do. I want to also move this a little further back. It's too close to that. Mess around with the curve a little bit, and I think it looks pretty good. So right now, and also like I was talking about, the negative spaces area. So right here where this nose is supposed to be, right, I want to make sure I have that space looking very, very accurate to what you would suggest that there's a nose also in here, right? So if you zoom in backwards, excuse me, if I zoom out, you'll see, zoom in backwards, hello? If I zoom out, you'll see there's like a nose shape there, right? And there's also empty space for the mouth here, which I might not be doing because I have a lot of trouble with mouths, but I can get you some eye, like design, something like that, right? So let's go ahead and just focus on the eye really quick. So actually, this is the first shape, right? This is the second shape. Let me just do the third shape for now, right now. So the third shape is actually going to go on the bottom, however. So this is shape number 3, and shape number 3. And for the shape number 3, what I'm going to quickly do is I'm going to go to shape number 1 again. I'm going to click on the actual shape with my actual directional tool, right? I'm going to turn on a stroke for a second. I'm going to put a gradient on because I can. Let's just put on a gradient. Let's just choose any colors for now. We just want to see what the colors are. And I'm going to stroke here, right here, this table, and just throw my width up, my height, excuse me. And we're just going to go ahead and make sure we're centered on the outside, correct? And I always say to myself, I think this size stroke is pretty good. So I'm going to take that into account. I'll hide everything else or lock everything else and go to shape number 3, click, and I'm going to go ahead and now just start off from here. And I'm pretty much going to make sure I follow these basic, excuse me, let's turn this off. Make sure you follow this stroke on the outside just to make sure I have the same width. But just understand that you can do whatever the heck you guys want. Like, realistically, you should be here if you want to keep it completely, like, symmetrical to what's going on the inside. However, I want to put it there because I feel like it. But I at least get the width and make sure I have, like, the width maintained around the entire actual logo so it doesn't look really weird that the widths are different with the strokes. But if you want to put different stroke widths in different areas, go for it. Like, it does not matter. It's your design, right? So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly go on the route outside of this and make sure we got that looking pretty. Okay, there we go. So now I'm going to just really quickly click on the stroke again. And I'm going to go ahead and put in that color that I want right here. And this is a nice little gradient. I'm going to go back to shape number 1. And then turn off the stroke here because I have the stroke now in the back. And there we go, right? So this whole tutorial is all about making the mascot in 3 shapes. Really, this right here is the bare bone. It's literally, you can see the line, you can see the stroke, you can see the inside of the actual, you know, the different features that he's going to have. So realistically, I can stop here, but I want to quickly show you guys what the whole eye situation there. But just know that these 3 shapes is what's going to really make the actual mascot, correct? So of course there's eyes, there's different, like I can do something like on the inside here if I wanted to. Let's just do something right now. If I want to follow this angle here, make a nice little curve there, right? If I want to have some more color on the inside if I choose so, do something like this, and then just connect it like so. I can have something like that, and then just use the stroke of this blue here. Have something like that going on to indicate yet again more hair going that way. So that's just one of the little thing I can do, as well as like maybe like this. I don't know. Let's just oop, my mouse is tripping. Oh god. There we go. I think I caught it. Uh-oh. Okay, we're good. All right. Do something like that, and then something like this. Right, and that'll indicate like a little nose right there, right? Okay, looking good so far. So really quickly, I'm gonna show you guys this whole eye situation. Not my best eye, but I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna call this what is this add-ons, right? I'll lock that really quickly. Now we're gonna make the eye. So the way I usually make my eye was just basically like a, how do you call it, like a half circle, right? I'm gonna turn this off for a second. So nice little half circles. Just, you know, click, drag, make a nice little simple like little smiley face going on there, and then just click and then drag towards. So I want to have like a more fatter area towards the face right here, I guess the right side of the face, and pretty much that's that. I'm gonna fill this in with a black, right? That's filled in with black now. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now is I'm gonna go ahead and is that okay? We'll go with it for now. It's just the whole tutorial purposes thing. So I'm gonna press L on my keyboard. It gives me the ellipse tool, right? That's what I want, the ellipse tool. And I'm gonna basically make a perfect circle by holding Alt and Shift, clicking, and then just dragging, right? So with this perfect circle, I'm gonna take this perfect circle and just bring this like right around here where the eye is. I'm gonna shift click on both of these actual shapes now. I'm clicked on both of them. If I press Shift M, which is the shortcut for the shape builder tool, I'm gonna go ahead and just click on the inside where this little plus button is. It's gonna be a plus button. If you held Alt, this would actually get rid of different shapes. But what I want to do is I want to make sure this is a shape that's cut out of the two shapes I just made, which was the circle and now this eye shape. So I'm gonna click just like so. Now I'm gonna basically have two different parts. I'm gonna have this little, like, what's gonna be our eyelid, or our iris, and this part right here is gonna be like that filled like white spot. What is that called? Oh, or biology. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just fill this. Make this white. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I put this white shape below my black eye shape, and I'm just gonna go ahead and move this just like so. We can mess around with this as much as we want, but I want to make sure you guys get the point. Something like around there is pretty good for now. So that's that right there, right? Oh god. Okay, let's just put it on that angle, and then we'll do that for now. Okay, so now for this part here, I'm gonna put this on the bottom. I'm gonna make a new layer on the bottom of the paths here, and I'll take my pen tool and I'm gonna go ahead and just like click, drag, click. I'm not gonna follow this exactly. Something like that. And this is gonna be like another like piece around his eye that just makes it look cool. Like something like this. Something like that. And then we'll get rid of that and fix this like that. Okay. That looks okay. I'm gonna get rid of this little sketch thing now, and I'm gonna make this outside. Actually, we're gonna make this outside black and this blue. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna shrink this down a bit. First this. Right? And we'll mess around with this and shrink this all together. That way it's not ginormous, and put it somewhere around there. And I think that's pretty good. So, really, I can go a lot further than this. I might even mess around with it for like the whole final image thing, or excuse me, like the beginning of the video, like what you're going to be learning today in today's tutorial or whatever. But I want to at least show you guys and like really like illustrate how easy it is to sort of start your mascot design. I'm not saying mascot designs are easy. I'm not saying that I'm great at them or good at them or anything like that. I'm just saying I'm learning, and I want to teach you guys everything that I learned, because I know you guys are going to teach me a lot of things as well. Like, yo, Cesso, look what I did. And I'm like, okay, how'd you do that? And we become friends. So it's one of those things. So hopefully, guys, you did enjoy today's tutorial. Hopefully it helped you guys out in starting your mascot designs, and maybe even, I guess, brightening your, broadening, excuse me, your knowledge on the whole how to do them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. Of course, don't leave a like on the video if you guys enjoy. 2 likes on the video equals a secret down below, which will most likely be the Illustrator file of this video. And of course, do not forget to check out my Sellfy, sellfy.com/SetsoHQ for any pre-meds and packs as low as $3, and the everything pack being one whole cost of one just simple purchase of $30, and you get everything in my store for free for the next forever, basically. It's the everything pack forever, so everything pack for life is what it's called. So yeah, thank you guys very much, and of course, if you're not subscribed already, please go ahead and do so. Make sure you guys go ahead and comment down any videos you want to see me do as well. And also, if you guys just wanted to know a little bit something about my life really quickly, my sister is in surgery. She got surgery. She went perfectly successful. It was really awesome to hear. She had to get both of her legs broken because she has this really odd case of bow-leggedness, and they want to get they don't want it to get crucial, so they went ahead and break both of her legs. So she's gonna be very MIA for a while. I know you guys don't know her personally, but I thought it was pretty much cool for you guys to at least know. So she's doing great. So thank you guys very much, and I'll talk to you guys later. SetsoHQ out. Peace. Do not forget to keep smiling, stay positive, and stay freaking productive, guys. Later.